At the halfway mark, we did say that all of our three predictions were in danger. Mine was complete rubbish anyway, but in even an 170 or a 180 looked to be threatened. There were a couple of overs in between, a 4 and a 5, where it looked like Sri Lanka could pull things back. But then another flurry from Shreyas Iyer at the end meant that India got to 199. But all that was about one man. 44 from Rohit, yes, but Ishan Kishan, 89 of 56 deliveries, a tired shot in the end. Otherwise, he was looking very, very good for three figures. 199 for two in their 20 overs. A huge batting lineup. Most of them just sat and watched. We've got Cricbuzz live at the halfway stage of this first of three T20 internationals. I'm joined by Zaheer Khan and Dinesh Karthik. Zach, inevitably I have to come to you first if we are talking Ishan Kishan. In the previous series, he looked a little bit rusty, maybe not quite his fluent self. He almost made up for it in one innings.
Well, you can say that, but the kind of talent he has and the kind of approach he's had so far at the international level has been good. You talk about his first innings. He's scored 50 in his debut game. Which says a lot. Obviously, he's someone who is capable of dealing with pressure and coming up with performances like this. At the top, if you see in the Indian team, there is a lot of traffic jam. That there are too many good players who are just waiting to grab the opportunity. So from that standpoint, I think Ishan Kishan certainly needed to play an innings like this, for his own confidence, but also at the same time, to give that assurance to the team think tank as well. The selectors, the management. It's still very early days for him in his cricketing career. His international cricket career had just begun. So from that point of view, this innings is certainly going to go a long way for his own confidence and from how the team management is also looking at him.
Yeah, we talk about a third opener possibilities, DK. Let me come to the wicketkeeper batsman on our panel. I mean, to have that extra string in his bow, he's a left-hander, hard-hitting batsman at the top, and guess what? If required, obviously he can don the gloves.
Not if required. I think he's a proper keeper batter. These days,
no, I just meant if required in the sense that if you've got a set Rishabh Pant in the team, he can still walk in if necessary.
Absolutely. I think obviously if Rishabh Pant is in the team, it's made obvious that Rishabh Pant will keep. But Ishan Kishan is a very good fielder as well. These days, I think as a keeper, you're looked at as an all-rounder in T20 cricket. Add to the fact that he's also a left-hander, it also makes a lot of difference. And you could see, I mean, the skill sets that he possesses, I don't think anyone has a doubt. The beauty about this current Indian setup I like is the way they're giving opportunities to the batters. And, you take the example of Shreyas Iyer. I thought he played a very, very important knock for himself here. Just like Zach said, there is so much traffic right at the top that everybody is, in many ways starved of opportunities, because obviously we have Surya Kumar, we have Virat Kohli, we have KL Rahul, we have Rishabh Pant to come in, and that's the batting order there for you. And add another Hardik throw that Hardik in, and then you have five batters there. So anybody who gets an opportunity is going to try and do the most. And you also have to understand when they come in for the last game or the in between for one game or two games, it's hard sometimes. If you take Ishan Kishan, I feel good for him because he played 3 innings. Now he knows he's got another opportunity and he's made good of it. So, sometimes at the international level, you need those opportunities. It is not easy, playing domestic cricket where you're playing 120, 130 kind of speeds and then suddenly come and play 150 speeds and expect to excel at that stage. So I completely understand where he's coming from. I think the 2 knocks against West Indies are good in many ways because I thought he showed composure there. What was required, Rohit was going well, so he made sure he was there at the other end and he took the game deep, which is good. And the beauty is India went on to win all 3 games and he had a contribution in that. And this game, he's shown what his talent is all about. The fast hands that he possesses. He's somebody who's improved his offside play a lot, so he's able to hit balls through the offside as well. And you can see how hard the bowlers find to bowl to him because he's great between long on and deep mid wicket. And he's also added the fact that he can go over covers, another string to his bow, if you may say. And he's looked a complete package opening the innings.
Yeah, if you had a look at those figures, I'm glad DK put it in perspective because the 230s that he made were in context of someone going well at the other end, which was, of course, Rohit Sharma. And then he managed to capitalize today and obviously was overshadowing Rohit Sharma. But it's a nice, healthy competition between Ishan Kishan and Rishabh Pant, who know each other well, Zach. In a sense, there was a Quinton de Kock, Ishan Kishan, not really a competition, but there were two keepers you had an option for. And obviously, de Kock was the one who kept in, only because Ishan Kishan is such a good fielder.
And also, when you talk about batting, it's important that a player gets the position where his impact is the maximum. So with Ishan Kishan, it's actually, when you look at him, the impact of him at the top of the order is maximum. And if he's playing at that position, it's going to help him a lot. So that is something which one has to keep in mind as well. When Quinton de Kock was around, he was not getting that opportunity. So at the Indian team, he's getting his preferred spot, which is definitely going to be good. And I'll actually like to carry on from what the point which DK was making. His offside game has improved. Which is going to add to his game going forward as well.
Well, let's talk about the Sri Lanka bowling to wrap up here. Not that it's a great analysis we can do at the moment, because there really wasn't much. Even the wickets that fell, maybe a bit of change of pace, a tired shot from Ishan Kishan, one that kept low to Rohit Sharma, the only two wickets that fell. DK, could they have done anything differently, or were they really missing a strike bowler like a Hasaranga or even a Thikshana?
To be fair, I think if Hasaranga had played, maybe we wouldn't have seen a Jeffrey Van der Sey. But I thought he bowled well. I thought he used his variations well. He made it hard even for a set Ishan Kishan to go after him, which I think is very good. But the rest of the fast bowlers, I thought Chamira bowled some good slow ones. His last over was taken down, but that always happens. But before and after that, before that, he looked really solid. You got to understand the quality of Sri Lanka's bowling is probably not the best. And India's batters, were able to express themselves freely. The competition in India is so high that every batsman there, we saw during the play, they showed Rituraj just having a little bit of pain in his wrist. If he had played, probably Ishan Kishan would have batted at 3, I'm assuming. So, when Ishan Kishan was given the opportunity, the way he's grabbed it with both hands, there is so much competition right now to be part of Team India. Whereas I'm assuming with Sri Lanka, it's not as much. So the quality also, in terms of the depth of domestic cricket, is not as much as there is in India. The quality of bowling probably not right up there with the other countries when you talk about T20 cricket. And that was very evident, the number of loose balls they were bowling, especially at the back end of the innings. So, with the quality that India possesses as batters, we expected rather, that they'd score in excess of 180. Well, they went on to achieve close to 200. That's even better.
Well, I was going to end by asking, what do you have to do if you're chasing 200? Well, get off to a good start and definitely not lose a wicket first ball. And that too, the key wicket of Pathum Nissanka, which is exactly what's happened. So with 9 wickets in the shed, Zaheer, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has got rid of Nissanka first ball, a strange kind of wicket. It just sort of hit the bat and rolled onto the stumps, and one bail just plucked off. At the end of the day, it still says bowled Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. No Bumrah yet, no Harshal Patel yet. And Bhuvi's struck the first blow. So not an ideal start. Uphill battle for Sri Lanka, Zaheer.
Absolutely. You first look at the kind of score which Indian batters have put up out there to defend to the bowlers, and also there was a bit of variable bounce as well. So you have to see how the wicket settles down. There were some low bounce deliveries as well with Bumrah's pace. You might see that exaggerated effect from the pitch. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But nonetheless, the ideal start when you're defending such total, because when a batting team goes on to chase this kind of totals, you always confused in terms of the approach. Whether you want to go from the ball 1 or you actually want to just approach the game in a calm, composed manner. Start with first couple of good overs, get your eye in, and then look to attack. So that is something. The option is not lying with the Sri Lankan team now. They've already lost a wicket, which is going to add to the pressure. And for Indian bowlers, this is going to be a tad bit easier as well. To set the tone. I'm always a big fan of bowlers taking wicket with the new ball and setting that tone. The tone is set for the Indian bowlers to defend this total.
Something Zaheer Khan used to do regularly in his day. But yes, India have picked up that early wicket. It could have been 2 wickets, just agonizingly close to the point fielder. but it already is India on top at the 10th over. We shall try and find out just how much on top they are. Uphill task for Sri Lanka. Pathum Nissanka gone. 200 is the target. We'll see you in Cricbuzz Combox for now. From Zaheer Khan, Dinesh Karthik and myself, Gautam Bhimani, that's all from Cricbuzz Live.